It's a month since the fall of Kabul, and now, with the Taliban in complete control, conditions spiral from bad to worse in Afghanistan. Markets lie deserted, jobs are scarce, and salaries irregular. Drought and famine stalk the countryside. Long lines form outside banks for weekly withdrawals limited to $200 or 20,000 Afghani. Afghans now resort to impromptu markets, selling household items for cash to survive. Running out of cash reserves, Afghanistan's Taliban-controlled central bank seized nearly $12.4 million in cash and gold from former top government officials on Wednesday. Desperate banks may still have to close doors to customers unless the Taliban releases fresh funds. Afghanistan's economy, battered after 4 decades of war, is now in free fall, leaving the country dependent on foreign aid. Seizing the country in a lightning offensive that followed a prolonged insurgency and US withdrawal, the Taliban now struggle to govern it. Reassuring PR campaigns that presented a reformed Taliban 2.0 fell apart in the face of a chaotic exodus of foreigners and Afghans alike. The Taliban's declarations of their intent to not repeat the harsh fundamentalist rule of their previous reign have been met with cool receptions. Furthermore, reports of reprisals, killing of civilians, beatings of journalists, and the uncertainty over the rights of women have undermined confidence the world over.
زموږ اجازه نه ورکو چې د افغانستان خاوره د گاونډیو او یا د نورو ملکونو په ضد استعمال سي او یا دغه په خلاف استعمال سي. په دې اړه غواړو چې ټول نړیوال مطمئن اوسیږي، ډاډه اوسیږي، اسلامي امارت خپل ژمنو ته متعهد ده.
There has been no sign of international recognition or moves to free over $9 billion in foreign reserves held abroad. According to the World Food Programme, food supplies could run out by the end of the month, driving up to 14 million people to starvation. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has warned of the collapse of an entire country.
Even a country that has tragically known generations of conflict, Afghanistan is in the throes of yet another chaotic and desperate chapter, an incredible tragedy for its long-suffering people. Afghanistan is spinning out of control.
While international donors have pledged over $1 billion in aid, the presence of known terrorists in the governing council continues to cause distrust. Internally, the Taliban face a lack of revenue and deepening rifts between competing factions. Only recently, speculations abounded of the Deputy Prime Minister Abdul Ghani Baradar being shot dead by a rival faction. Dependent almost entirely on foreign aid, Afghanistan now faces a looming economic crisis.